the following cover information is for lessons for sports coaching on Friday the 11th of October at 9 till 10 with ANDST Year 1, that's my tutor group. Also ANCSP Year 1, it's Carol Iggulden's tutor group, 2 till 3. And next Thursday, the group are running a week behind because of the inset day, the 17th of October with ANDST Year 1, that's Simon Bond's tutor group. So this lesson is a standard lesson for each of those three groups for those dates as stated. The group have been currently working on assignment 1, P1 and P2 criteria. The task is to identify and describe key roles, skills and responsibilities of a successful coach. We've been building on the task, culminating in a speed dating assessment session where a collaborative effort between the students resulted in them listing and describing the key words for those criteria. What I'd like you to do in cover is to consolidate that process by completing a peer marking assessment session. I do it as a peer marking. You may choose to allow students to mark their own work, but ultimately what we're after happening is students recognising where there are areas for them to improve within the work before they formally submit it. The key verb they're looking at is to describe the key roles, skills and responsibilities. So what I often do is like put an inanimate object in the middle of the room, a shoe, something like that, a chair, and make sure the group understand what that verb means to describe. What have we got to do, the characteristics, what it is, that kind of outline, so they're clear on what a description is. You may choose to do that, you may not, but that's often the way I'll start the lesson in this consolidation or recap of the criteria. So whether you've chosen to do that or not, the next step is a podcast. The idea being that the podcast is there to support the students and for them to look at their own work, to listen to the key information and make any notes alongside there that they think might support the improvement of their work as it stands. So to do that, there are one or two ways. It can either be done as a group activity and we all do it together, or students can be set the task, shown where the video podcast can be found, and from there they can work at it in their own time, dependent upon obviously factors considering who's covering and what they may wish to do. Either way, I'll show you now where the podcast can be found and we can move from there. On YouTube, once you're on YouTube, on the top right hand screen you'll get the chance to sign in. The sign in details will ask you then for an email or a login and a password. The email is my academic email address, that's sgame@southdowns.ac.uk, and the password is raise your game, all lowercase and no space in between the words. Once you're on there, you'll find that there is a drop down menu or tabs on the left hand side. These include playlist. When you click on the playlist, one of them, in this case the middle, second playlist, will be clearly labelled Sports Coaching Assignment 1 Podcast Criteria P1 and 2. That's clearly the one we need. From there, you'll see that the 11 key terms that we've looked at are listed from friend, manager, trainer, all the way down to communication. At this point, it's up to you how you deliver the session. You may choose to stop the session at this point and invite the students to do this in their own time, marking and taking key information on board and then supplementing that to their original submission. Or you may choose to go through it within the lesson. This may be a chance to peer mark as well. Students may mark the first person's work and then move around the room and the next person for the next word and so on and so on. So there's a little more interaction in the task. You may choose to do it however you wish, but this is the task for those groups. The final assessment then is to be handed in, or the final assignment submission, should I say, is to be handed in the following week. So we give them 7 days to supplement and add any key elements, and then I would like that handed in on the following week, please. Thank you.